Hi kittens, it's Leo and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing another house video. I did this build literally like last week. I recorded and then I got a little tired and a little exhausted from doing the build because it really was a really big house. And this is a house for a pre-made family. I am gonna butcher the name, Wolfie or Wealthy, I don't know. Wealthy. I, I don't know. It's a pre-made family from a 12 book. I don't know. I just be forgetting things, okay? But let's just say that this house pre-made, everything about it was ugly, okay? This house was just horrendous. And I wanted to change that about this house. I remember building this house like once before years ago, and I don't remember how I did things, but I just always remember this house just being so ugly, and just the floor plan of this house is just weirdly made. The shape of this house is just very weird. And as I'm building, I'm trying to figure out like how can I make this? How can I work with this? Because as I'm doing these builds of these pre-made homes, I try my best to not, change the exterior of the house really at all or too much, because I want to work with what that's already had. My main focus is the interior, not the exterior. And I mean, as far as like, coloring the walls and stuff like that, that's all fair game. But as I think this is the first time I decided I wanted to like repaint the exterior because it just was not giving. But yes, household is a family of three with a mom, a father, and a younger daughter. So I made sure to just follow along with that. And I've read the background of the stories, and they're boring. That's the best way I could put it. They're very boring. There's nothing really interesting about their history at all. Um, the father, his name is Rich. It just says that though his career Rich has been built on good life, or has built a good life for himself and his family, will he ever make it to the point where he can retire and focus on what he really loves, his art? Now, I'm gonna be honest, I was just so thrown off by the house that itself that I didn't even notice if he had any like canvases around, any paintings. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh, he didn't have that, or he didn't have any indications of that. Like, I mean, if this house is your art, then maybe you should focus on your career and not your art. No hate, no hate. And then his wife, Rosie, she loves her small family and has greatly enjoyed raising her daughter Zoe, and she hopes that her the best for Zoe and her future whenever it may lead her. And it just the daughter Zoe. I keep saying Zoe, but it's really just Zoe. It's or just S Zio. That's it, Zoe. I'm just saying Zoe, okay? I'm just saying Zoe. It just says that, she is smart and a sassy child, and with a love for the outdoors. She's excited to do well in school and has big dreams for her future. What does fate have in store for her? Question mark. Who knows? Honestly, with viewing this family for years, they just did not give off that impression. They gave off a very strict household, but in details, just sounds like they're just a regular loving family. And I just decided, you know what? Let me just rebuild their home because it's the ugliest that I've seen, and let me see if I can turn this home into a masterpiece. So that's what I'm doing here. This was an open space kind of build. Everything was just open space. When I go into these builds, I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. I don't go into it with a plan, as much as I kind of wish I did with this one. This was just kind of just spontaneous. It was just out the blue. I just, like, I haven't recorded in a while my builds. I'm in the mood to build, and why not record it? As I'm like trying to like do with these, like, do with these, but as I'm trying to build this home, I noticed that I didn't have a lot of materials that I wanted to use for this home, and just kind of use what I had. Like, for example, the windows, I could not find a window that looked good for this home, or that was exactly what I looked for, so I settled for these tall windows. And I saw from another YouTuber that they said they used a mod to kind of adjust windows and curtains, and I'm gonna have to look up that mod so I can use it for myself, because if you might notice as the video goes on that I did not put a lot of curtains up at all, because most of the curtains that I already had installed just didn't do it for me. It didn't fit. The windows were way too high. It was just off, and I really did want to add curtains to it just to kind of give it more of a homey feel. I'm very much so a maximalist. It's going to show. So like, any empty space I see, I have to cover. Like, I don't like when things are so bare and the room looks so empty and it just doesn't feel like a home to me. So I do the best that I can to like try to cover every square inch of the home, and like sometimes I try not to go overboard, and I try to leave some spaces out there. But I would say with this home I kind of went overboard, but you know what, I have no regrets, because I think it ended up turning out great, better than it was previously. But I did have a lot of struggle with building this home when it came to where to put everything, lighting, colors, what color, like I said, I went into this very blindly, and I tried to like embody the character that owns this home. Like, okay, what would they like, what would they enjoy? And I did not read nothing. Like, I don't read nothing, so it's like I didn't even like, I was just so excited to get into this build that I didn't even read the descriptions of this family at all. And the last house I built, I kind of already knew the kind of style that they wanted, because it was just you know obvious just how they looked and dressed. So, but this one I had no idea. So I had to make up stuff. Like, I'm just like, okay, like, she's giving a neutral baddie. Like, she's giving a neutral mom, light colors, everything bright, like rich, but not too much, not too much. And I try to avoid doing so many dark colors, because I tend to lean into doing a lot of dark colors. And speaking of that, a little off topic, but your girl is in interior design school, for real, IRL, yay! I am in interior design school, and it's not what I thought it would be at all, in the slightest. It's a lot of reading. Okay, your girl's dyslexic and don't like to read, but it's a lot of reading. Like, they could at least added some audiobooks just in case your eyeballs get tired, but no, they said they would like us to suffer. Like, if I wanted to read a Harry Potter book, honestly, it would be probably more entertaining, but it was just too much. It was just too much. No offense to the Harry Potter. Don't come after me now. I'm not trying to shame y'all, but I've seen them books, and them books are thicker than a dictionary, okay? I'll just watch the movie, but yeah, so it was just a lot of reading, and just a lot of writing. Oh my god, like, I have never been good at English. I don't have the best writing skills at all. It don't matter how hard I try. I don't have the best writing skills. I can't format a lot. So, I won't say it here, but, just in case, because I still need to get my certifications. Just say that the internet helped me a lot. The internet helped me a lot in just, improving my writing. I'll just say that. And I finished, and I thought I was done. But then, me, because I don't read, please read, people. It's very important. Don't be like me and just assume everything. I'm thinking, okay, where is my certification? Like, all I read is that I need to finish paying off my schooling, and then, I can get my certification. And I totally bypassed the part where it said that I had one more exam. Like, the first one didn't almost have me crashing out. But you know what? Thank God I read it a month later. It took me that long to be like, something's a little odd. Let me go back and read that email a whole month later. Thankfully, it's not too late. And so I have to take one more exam, and that's going to cost money to take. And I'm just like, all this certification, just give me my certificate. Good Lord, you have my money. Just give it to me. Like, I passed one and now I gotta pass another. So I don't know if the internet's gonna help me this time, but I guess I gotta do my own due diligence. So for now, this is my interior design. This is my skills. I wonder if they're gonna take sim portfolios. I don't have a portfolio of my own. What will the Sims do? Well, can I show them this and be like, if you want to see my work, look at my videos. Yeah, that's me right there. Like, are they? I mean, I can try. I can ask. It don't hurt to ask. Because, like, I don't have any real life portfolios. I guess I could take a picture of my room, but, like, my room is not giving. My room is really giving. This is all I could afford because I'm broke. Okay. And I guess, a lot of interior designers, they do DIY on a budget, but the way things are going right now, mind you, it's 2025 and I'm American. Things are not cheap, like at the slightest. Like, I literally I do have vines around my room just to kind of, like the aesthetic. So I have vines around my room, and like I did buy vines. Never, and I never buy vines in person. Always buy them online if you can. Please, Amazon. Okay, you get more for what you pay for. So I decided, you know what, I want to do in-person shopping because, like, I like to get, like, the materials that I'm looking for and when I want right then and there. So I'm like, okay, I go to Michael's, probably my biggest mistake, and I saw that they had some. So okay, they had $9, maybe like 12 feet long, a vine. So I'm like, okay, and I grabbed like 5. I think. I don't know. Like, they're wrapped up, so I can't really count how many I bought. But I bought a couple. That cost me $40. And that thing didn't even wrap around my whole room, not even halfway. So I'm like, $40, and it didn't even wrap around my whole room. And so what I did with it is I just shortened it. I put it in one spot. I bought a long tapestry because, like I said, I'm a maximalist and I don't like just seeing empty spaces, just bare. So like I just put it on a wall, like my longest wall, and just wrapped it around. It looks beautiful. It looks pretty. But I was just like, things are so expensive. Trying to buy things in person to decorate and design your room and just make it come together is just so expensive. So I definitely recommend online, and if you can, go to thrift stores and try to DIY what you need. But yeah, so back to the builds. Yeah, so as you can see, I am still learning a lot with trying to how to do builds. I feel like when I'm starting to build now, because I'm starting to record what I'm doing, I feel anxious because I feel like, oh, I'm making my videos too long, and because I haven't paid for anything yet for what I record on, because what I edit on is already paid for. I have all the things I need, but versus but the only thing is, what I use does not record games, which would be nice if it did. And if it did, I guess I need to go pro, but I already pay enough. But it eventually, soon enough, I'm going to pay for the logo that's above this video, and it will eventually disappear, and I can make videos that are longer, because to you guys it may seem like a one cut video, like everything's all together and maybe I might cut it off some bit. This video, I saw how long it actually was before I shortened it. It was actually all like 3.5 hours, way shorter than my last one, but I cut it, sped it up, made it short. But I have to, for it to be free, for me using it for free, it's every 10 minutes to record. So this whole time I am trying to remember to record every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes it will stop, and then I have to record again, and then 10 minutes go by, it will stop, and I have to record again. And sometimes when I'm building, I completely don't even notice that it stopped recording. So, there'll be jump cuts, or like I've done, took my time on a room, and then I'm like, and then I'm like, oh crap, I wasn't recording that. So, not because I'm using this for free. And, I'm going to use it for free until I can afford to not use it for free, okay? I got a lot going on and things are not cheap. And yes, I do have a job. I do work full time. So, it is kind of hard to be consistent with on top of my job, but I'm doing the best that I can. Um, but eventually, like, I saw how much it is. So eventually, like, all this ago, I'll be able to record the entire thing. I'm still learning a lot as well, and I try to be more comfortable with my builds and not feel like I gotta rush, because I felt very rushed making this home. Like, I felt like I needed to try to just come out with things as fast as possible. I didn't let my mind like sit and think about what I wanted to do. Like, with that space, I just didn't know what to do, and like I got so frustrated, I just went elsewhere. Like, I went to the basement because my head was literally like, what am I doing? And then I was like, what am I gonna do with this basement? Like, I literally left an area to give my mind a break to stress out again, and came right back. Like, so I decided that, what, it is a very big space. Like, everybody has like a area where you just have a room that you just talk and conversing, and then you have an entertainment room, which is usually upstairs. So I said, what, let me make this an entertainment room. And as you can see, I logged out because I wanted to add a Christmas tree. I didn't have one, so boom, now I got a Christmas tree. And if you're wondering where I get my materials from, and my custom builds, and I get them all for free, I don't pay for them. It's from tsr.com, and because they don't give me no promo, they don't pay for me for free promo now, but that's where I get it from. And I just download what I need, and I get a bunch of custom content. If I'm downloading it individually, like, I'll get like, I'll like look up specifically what I'm looking for. But I personally prefer, even though depending how much storage you have, I currently have a game computer, so I have a lot of storage. I download pre-made homes just to get, so I don't have to sit here and be like, oh my god, let me download this one by one. They pre-made homes, they got everything all at once, and it'll just Dropbox to me, and I'll use what they got. So I download homes that are fully furnished, that are built by other creators, and then I used what they downloaded all in one, so I'm not just sitting here spending like weeks downloading like individual things. I just get it all at once. I'm pretty sure other people do that as well. But yeah, this build actually was very stressful, because I felt like I had to rush it. But now looking back and editing things, I kind of wish I really took my time with it, and I forgot to add a lot of lighting in the room. So I had to go back and be like, let me add some light to this room. That's why it's so dark as I'm building, because like I felt so rushed that I just forgot. And also I also forgot to add like little details, like maybe like, especially in the laundry room, like I never went back to actually add like laundry detergent, towels, or even in the kitchen. I did go back because I forgot that I did add some little trinkets and details, like objects. I saw this one girl I was watching do her build, and what she did is that she would get like, what she would do, she would do jump cuts, and like she'll have everything that she wants to put in that room, like say like maybe cookie jars, knives, Tupperware, plates, everything you can think of. Like, oh, this is all I want to put in the kitchen. She'll put it in the middle of the room, and then like every room has something in the middle, like toys. Maybe it's a bedroom, a kid's bedroom, she'll have toys, boxes, it's all in the middle. Then she'll go back and she'll place them where she wants to put them. And I liked that idea because it, like, I can stop recording and look through what I want to put in this room and be like, oh yeah, I want to add all this, put it all together and place them where I don't feel like I'm rushing or I'm taking too long on a video or a build, and can just really like relax and just show what I can do. But unfortunately here I did rush. I was just putting things together. As you can see, I wasn't trying. I was trying, but I just wasn't trying as hard. I was just trying to get it done, and I just end up forgetting a lot, and I ended up losing my mind on where I actually want to place things. So sorry if this is not my best build and it looks rushed, because it is. It is very a rushed build. Like, I didn't, no curtains. Some rooms might have like little trinkets here. Maybe it might have a vase, and other rooms just looks like it's just moved into. Like, the daughter's room, I forgot to add art in her room. I forgot to add toys in her room. I forgot to add, even just a maybe like a table lamp or a pencil holder. So her room is very bare, and I didn't realize that until like I played the game, and like, in The Sims, they're like, oh, this room is beautifully decorated, or just decorated. Hers said it was decorated, or no, nicely decorated, and I'm like, not nicely. What? Why not beautiful? And then that's when I realized that I did not add nothing. Like, and here, let's talk about here. I really want to get a pool that is kind of like a float, like a blow up pool, or a pool that's not underground. And I tried to make one and it was a fail. I'm gonna see if I can find one to download, but I noticed that in The Sims that they don't really have that. Honestly, now look back, I should have just left that grass alone. I think I did. But I noticed that they don't have that, and honestly they should. I know they got it in The Sims 4, but I'm gonna see if I can find one in The Sims 3, and if not, that's disappointing. But yeah, I've always wanted a pool that's just like a normal pool. Like, I guess you can call it a poor people pool, okay? Like, sometimes not everybody wants a pool that's underground. And then, like, I have made a pool above ground before, but it just makes the ground look nasty and dented. So yeah, as sorry, I'm just rambling. But yeah, the video is shortly about to come to an end, and I did a lot of jump cuts. Like I said, I felt rushed, so like I literally like jump cut a lot of things, and like I miss showing you guys like other things that I've added. There's things that I missed, but I'm gonna do better next time. I 100% will do better next time. And yeah, this is the home. Changed the color, changed a lot of it, and I did like how it turned out despite me rushing it. And yeah, thanks you guys for watching, and please subscribe. Bye.